Good, happy Wednesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. It's 5:01 right now. Let's get started with your news. We have a lot of news to get to. First up, breaking news. Vermont governor vetoes bill that would legalize recreational marijuana. Let's take a listen to the video from WPTV in Vermont.
Good afternoon. Since the legislature passed S-22 on May 10th, as you might imagine, I've received a great deal of advice on this issue and have taken the time to fully understand what this legislation proposes to do. I've carefully weighed the advantages and disadvantages of this proposal in order to arrive at my decision. Opinions on marijuana legislation do not fall neatly along party, age, or geographic lines. Many Vermonters have strong feelings on this issue and do not hesitate to voice them, both for and against. I always try to listen and learn from different points of view and want to thank those who have taken the time to reach out over the past few weeks with their thoughts. As I look at this matter, I generally view it through the lens of a libertarian. With that libertarian streak in...
Okay, and there's a look at that video of the governor speaking. Vermont Governor Phil Scott has vetoed a bill that would have legalized recreational marijuana in the state. Drugs, guns found after house fire in Seabrook, police say. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger.
Nashua Hyundai's phones are ringing off the hook because right now Nashua Hyundai is offering the biggest total savings on select models in Hyundai's 30-year history, like the 2017 Elantra for only $99 a month.
The Thompson Auto Group.
It was about 12:30 Monday morning that authorities were called to a report of a fire at a home at 256C Lafayette Road in Seabrook.
When they arrived there was an overwhelming odor of marijuana and almost like a cyanide smell coming from inside the house. But they searched for any occupants inside the house or animals, and they noticed what appeared to be a heavy marijuana grow inside the home.
Police say once the fire was controlled, they were granted a search warrant and discovered a variety of drugs inside the residence, including heroin or fentanyl, hallucinogenic mushrooms, and LSD. Police say the garage area had been turned into an indoor grow room, and they seized more than 70 pounds of marijuana. They say the total street value of the drugs was $250,000. Police say they also found cash and several firearms.
Guns seem to be somewhat strategically placed at, in every room, at every window, at every door. All those guns were loaded. They were various from firearms to like an Uzi Tech-9 type firing system and some other handguns.
Police say the resident of the home, Jonah Couturier, made the original 911 call, then fled the building.
Based on the initial findings by the officers in the house, a warrant was done for a possession of a controlled drug as a misdemeanor. He was subsequently arrested a couple hours later and pulled over by New Hampshire State Police in East Kingston, New Hampshire.
Police say they are still investigating and more charges are possible. In Seabrook, Andy Hirschberger, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Legoland to rename giraffe after family's late son. A little boy who died after battling heart disease will live on an exhibit at the Boston Center. The 20-foot giraffe named Tess at the Legoland Discovery Center will be renamed in honor of Gio Magaro on May 31st. The 6-year-old Medford boy made headlines when his family made a push to have April's giraffe newborn calf be named after their son, who loved giraffes. After A encourages 6.5-year battle with congenital heart disease, Geo passed away in April. Like many of us, Geo waited with bated breath for April the giraffe to give birth to her calf. But on the day April welcomed her newborn calf, the family laid Geo to rest. After it was announced the newborn calf would be named Taraj, a friend of the family reached out to Legoland Discovery Center in Boston and asked if Tias could be renamed in Geo's honor. The ceremony will take place at the Assembly Row attraction at 3 p.m. with Geo's family in attendance. Shelter dogs graduated from inmate obedience training classes. Let's take a listen to this video from WMTW News 8 in Maine.
Let's suppose that you're writing a really important email to a colleague. Or a post on Facebook that all your friends will...
Could be out of the big house and into a forever home for two puppy graduates of the new prison dog training program at the Two Bridges Regional Jail. 4-year-old terrier mix Melvin and 2-year-old border collie Jake are the first shelter dog graduates. The Beyond the Bars program is run through a partnership between the jail and local animal shelters. Inmate handlers teach basic commands to make the dogs more adoptable.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Very cool indeed. Now let's take a look and see where your stock market closed this evening. And we're having a little technical difficulties with... There we go. Let's see how your stock market closed for this evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your S&P 500 Index closed in the green and went up. NASDAQ closed in the green and went up. RUSS 2K closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the red and went down. S&P 500 post record close at Wall Street cheers Fed's gradual plan to trim balance sheet. U.S. equities closed higher on Wednesday as investors cheered on Federal Reserve's plan for scaling back its massive $4.5 trillion balance sheet. Ex-Trump advisor says he'll testify before House Intel panel on Russian election interference. Carter Page, a former foreign policy advisor for Donald Trump's presidential campaign, told ABC News that he will testify before the House Intelligence Committee on June 6 as part of its investigation of Russia's attempts to interfere with the 2016 presidential election. And that is it for the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.